All right, everyone, welcome back. This is video number 2. This is page 2 of the Unit 1 test, and I'm going to jump right into question number 10. Question number 10 was actually worth a total of 4 points when it's all said and done. There were 4 points there for things that I was looking for. And let me show you first what I mean by that. And the first thing I need to see is if you set up the equation properly. If you just set up the equation, I did give you a point just for the setup. So in the diagram below, line L is bisecting. That's a big word there, meaning to cut in half. So AB has been cut in half at point C, which means that the distance from A to C, which namely up here says 9x plus 6, and B to C, 3x plus 30. Because it is bisected, that means these two segments have to be the same. So the first point that you could have earned is just writing out 9x plus 6 is equal to 3x plus 30. So if you have that, that's the first point. Now you have to solve this equation. So I will subtract 3x on both sides. Start there. So 9x minus 3x is 6x plus 6 is equal to, that's a 0, 30. So now I'm going to subtract 6 on both sides. 6 minus 6 is a 0, so I just have 6x. 30 minus 6 is 24. Then I'm going to need a 1, so I'll divide both sides by 6. That gives me my 1, so x is equal to 24 divided by 6, which is 4. So solving was 2 points. So just like questions 1 and 2 were worth 2 points, this question, if you set up the equation, you got a point. If you made one mistake but continued on the solve, I gave you one of the 2 points here. But x is equal to 4. And the last point is finding the distance from A to C. And this is all about what your answer for x is. So with a correct answer of 4, what I need to do is I have to plug that back into my equation. So here it's 9x plus 6 is the distance from A to C. So I'm actually going to do 9 times 4 plus 6. Well, 9 times 4 is 36, plus 6 is 42. So 1 point for the setup, 2 points for solving it and getting x to be 4, and then 1 point for plugging your answer for x in and finding AC to be 42. So that problem was 4 points. From here on out, all multiple choice are just worth a point apiece. Every one of these worth 1 point apiece. So I'm going to roll right through, and let's take a look at the first multiple choice. Question number 11 says a set of lines that are in the same plane. So in the same plane, but never intersect. Never intersect. Same plane, don't touch. That answer, parallel lines. Those lines are parallel. And if you remember, if they are not in the same plane and never intersect, we call those skew lines. Right? Those are skew lines. Question number 12, a line that intersects another line at its midpoint. So this is intersect at a midpoint and forms a right angle. So it does 2 different things. It meets at the midpoint, so it makes it a bisector. And it meets at 90 degrees, makes it perpendicular as well. So a perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular because of the right angle, bisector because of the midpoint. Number 13, we've already checked this once. We had to know this word. Points that are on the same line are collinear. Collinear, same line. And number 14, points that are on the same plane, those are called coplanar. They're called coplanar. So choice C. So this page, grand total had 4 on the first problem, plus 4 multiple choice. So we had a grand total of 8 points from this page. So 13 on page 1 and 8 on page 2.